Welcome back to ABG Talks. And let me ask you something simple. Will AI ever be able to make pizza? Not design a logo, not write a script, not automate emails, make pizza. Because if AI can make pizza, what exactly can't it do? And that's where things get interesting. We usually talk about AI replacing office jobs, programmers, writers, designers, analysts, but pizza, that feels different. That feels physical, manual, human. And you can automate hands-on, right? Well, not so fast. So let me break this down. What does making pizza actually involve? Precise measurements, controlled temperature, timing, consistency, and process. Those are all things machines are extremely good at. In fact, machines are better at them than we are. There are already automated kitchens, robotic arms that spread sauce perfectly, ovens that calculate exact heat distribution, AI systems that predict cooking time down to the second. So, technically, yes, AI can absolutely make pizza. Probably a perfect round, perfectly baked, perfectly consistent pizza. No mistakes. Zero mood swings, no bad days. So if perfection is the goal, we as humans lose. But here's the real question. Is perfection what people actually want? Because great pizza isn't always perfect. Sometimes the crust is uneven, sometimes there's a little extra char, sometimes the sauce ratio changes slightly, and somehow that's what makes it good, the unpredictability, that personality. But now zoom out, because this isn't just about pizza. This is about work. And what do most jobs actually involve? Repetition, process, patterns, optimization. And AI really thrives on those patterns. It doesn't get tired, it doesn't need motivation, it doesn't procrastinate, it just improves relentlessly. So, if your job is mostly pattern recognition and repetition, you should be paying attention. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Most modern jobs are closer to pizza assembly than we'd like to admit. Structured structured tasks, clear steps, predictable outcomes, which means they're automatable. Not tomorrow, but eventually. So the question shifts. It's not, can AI make pizza, but what part of your work is just assembly? Because AI doesn't struggle with following instructions, measuring precisely, scaling production, or optimizing efficiency. What it struggles with, at least for now, is just its judgment, taste, and context, and knowing when to break the rule. That's the difference between a recipe and a chef, between instructions and intuition, between production and craft. And here's where it gets serious. If your entire value comes from following instructions, you're competing with a machine that never sleeps. But if your value comes from taste, direction, decision making, and originality, that's harder to automate. It's not impossible, but harder. And the future of work isn't just about humans versus AI, it's about layers. AI will definitely dominate the bottom layer: repetition, speed, optimization. Humans, on the other, on the humans on the other hand, have to move up a layer: strategy, vision, creative risk, high level judgment. And if you stay in the assembly layer, you become replaceable. But if you move into a decision layer, you become essential. So, will AI ever be able to make pizza? Yes, and probably cheaper and faster and more consistently. But here's the twist. Most people don't just buy pizza. They buy story. brand, atmosphere, and identity. And same applies to work. In a world where machines can produce anything, the only thing that stands out is perspective. And here's the real punchline. The danger isn't that AI will learn to make pizza. The danger is that many of us have been working like pizza machines this whole time. We are repeating, following, and optimizing. If that's all we offer, we're not competing with AI. We're training it. So, thank you for listening this episode, and please give this video a like and subscribe to this YouTube channel in order to support me, and I'll see you in the next episode.